Hi everybody. It's been a while since my last story, and since I have been spending so much time sewing lately, I wanted to take a break and read you guys a story. And this is one of my favorite characters to read about, and I used to read these to my kids, and it's called Amelia Bedelia. Maybe you're familiar with her, and maybe you're not, but if you're not, get ready because she is a lot of fun. And this one is called Rocket Scientist. Now, if you know Amelia Bedelia, you know she's not a rocket scientist, but she is a lot of fun. "This is incredible," said Mr. Rogers. "Who was the rocket scientist who put my glasses in the dishwasher?" "I am," said Amelia Bedelia. "Thank you for promoting me. You told me to wash all the glasses." "Wait just a minute," said Mr. Rogers. Do you think that's what he meant when he asked her to wash all the glasses? His reading glasses? That's kind of silly. "Wait just a minute," said Mr. Rogers. "Reading glasses are different." "Sorry," said Amelia Bedelia. "I cannot wait a second. Miss Edwards, the science teacher, needs my help at the science fair." "Science," said Mr. Rogers. "You don't know anything about science." Amelia Bedelia was too far away to hear. "Wait," he called out. "You forgot your..." What do you think she forgot? She's going to a science fair. I wonder what she was supposed to take with her. Amelia Bedelia arrived at school. "Mr. Rogers is so thoughtful," she said to herself. "He promoted me from housekeeper to rocket scientist, just in time for the science fair." "Wow," said Amelia Bedelia. "Look at all these amazing projects. Miss Edwards makes science so fun." Look at that. That looks like fun. "Hi, Miss Edwards," said Amelia Bedelia. "Happy science fair." "Same to you," said Miss Edwards. "I'm so glad you volunteered to help." "Sorry I'm late," said Amelia Bedelia. "Mr. Rogers called my work incredible, and then he promoted me." "Congratulations," said Miss Edwards. "I just got here too. I was in a makeup test." "You should get an A," said Amelia Bedelia. "Your lipstick looks great." Do you think that's what she was talking about? Her lipstick? "It was not for me," said Miss Edwards. "The makeup test was for my students." "Are you kidding me?" said Amelia Bedelia. "These children are way too young to wear makeup." "I agree," said Miss Edwards. "The only things they had to make up were the answers." "What a big kid," said Amelia Bedelia. "He is a judge," said Miss Edwards. "A judge," said Amelia Bedelia. "Shouldn't he be in court?" "Not quite," said Miss Edwards. "He is judging our science fair. He's a famous scientist. I invited him from the university." Yep, there's the student with his science project, and there's the scientist. "Amelia Bedelia," said Miss Edwards, "I would like you to meet Dr. Dinglebat." "Hello there," said the man. "I am Don Dinglebat, professor." "Pleased to meet you," said Amelia Bedelia. "I am Amelia Bedelia, the rocket scientist." "Oh, really?" said Dr. Dinglebat. "Yes, really," said Amelia Bedelia. "I also keep house for Mr. Rogers." "Housekeeping," said Dr. Dinglebat. "You call that rocket science?" "Not me," said Amelia Bedelia. "That's what Mr. Rogers calls it." Is that funny? She didn't understand what he meant when he said that. "Good for you," said Dr. Dinglebat. "It sounds like Mr. Rogers respects the work that you do." "Yes," said Miss Edwards, "and your job, Dr. Dinglebat, is to judge every science project." "Yes, indeed," said Dr. Dinglebat. "When I see the winner, I will shout, 'Eureka!'" "What is Eureka?" said Amelia Bedelia. Miss Edwards shrugged and said, "It is Greek to me." "It is Greek to everyone," said Dr. Dinglebat. "In ancient Greece, a famous scientist named Archimedes shouted, 'Eureka!' when he made a discovery in the bath." "I get it," said Amelia Bedelia. "Eureka means, 'Ouch, this water is hot.'" Do you think that's what it means? That's funny. No, it doesn't, said Dr. Dinglebat. Eureka means I have found it. I found what? Said Miss Edwards. The soap, said Amelia Bedelia. No, 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 said Dr. Dinglebat. It means I found the answer. A boy interrupted them. Excuse me, said Jason. I wanted to let you know that a volcano will erupt in 10 minutes. Take cover, yelled Amelia Bedelia. Jason laughed and said, relax, this volcano is just a model. Oh my goodness, she thought it was really a volcano, a real one. Amelia Bedelia is silly. Is it safe now, said Amelia Bedelia. All clear, said Miss Edwards. I am glad to see that you take this science fair so seriously. You can assist Dr. Dinglebat. Right now, I have to help Emily set up her homemade telescope. Okay, Jason, said Dr. Dinglebat. Let's test drive your volcano. They did not get very far. Hey, Jason, said Wendy. Will you help me get my saucer? I hooked up my dad's leaf blower to show how a flying saucer flies. Where is this? Do you see the saucer? Right there, UFO. Where's the cup, said Amelia Bedelia. Flying saucers do not come with their own teacups, said Dr. Dinglebat. I see, said Amelia Bedelia, but I don't see a saucer. It is stuck up there, said Wendy. What a shame, said Amelia Bedelia. Would my bonnet work instead? It might, said Wendy. Give it a try, said Dr. Dinglebat. You are the rocket scientist. Look at that. She's going to use her bonnet with a leaf blower. What do you think is going to happen? Amelia Bedelia counted down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Wendy turned on the blower. Whirr! Up, up, up went the bonnet. We have liftoff, said Dr. Dinglebat. As Amelia Bedelia moved the blower, her bonnet flew around and around. On the other side of the gym, Emily shouted, look, it's a UFO. Miss Edwards focused the telescope. No, it isn't, she said. That flying object is not unidentified. It belongs to Amelia Bedelia. I must see what's going on. Isn't that cool? That looks like fun, huh? This is great, said Amelia Bedelia. It isn't scientific, said Dr. Dinglebat. What fun, said Amelia Bedelia. UFOs don't exist, said Dr. Dinglebat. We, said Amelia Bedelia. I am the judge, said Dr. Dinglebat. I deserve a turn. To test it. Dr. Dinglebat reached for the blower. He turned it off by mistake. Amelia Bedelia's bonnet fell to earth. Look out below, said Amelia Bedelia. I had better get my bonnet before it becomes another project. She ran over to the next aisle. Look at that. What do you think is going to happen to her bonnet? Where do you think it's going? We will find out. Eureka! Shouted Amelia Bedelia. Dr. Dinglebat came running. What is it? He said. Did you find a winner? No, said Amelia Bedelia. I found my bonnet. Look where it landed. A fellow housekeeper, said Dr. Dinglebat. What a neat robot, said Amelia Bedelia. This is the whole idea, said Artie. My mom wants my room to be neat. So, Randy, the room cleaning robot. Would that be cool to have a robot to clean your room? I think it would be easier to clean your room yourself than to spend years making a robot. What do you think? It would definitely be a lot more fun to have a robot, though. Your mother is right, said Dr. Dinglebat. I know, said Artie. She always says, pick up your room, pick up your room. That is impossible, said Amelia Bedelia. Your room must weigh a ton. You could never pick up the bed, the rug, the desk. I believe, said Dr. Dinglebat, that Artie's mom wants him to pick up all the things on his floor. His toys, his books, his clothes. Oh, I see, said Amelia Bedelia. No wonder you are a professor. Dr. Dinglebat smiled and said, okay, Artie, let's see Randy in action. Look at all the stuff he has to clean up. Here's how he works, said Artie. I put little pieces of metal on all of my stuff. Then I put magnets on my robot's hands. So, continued Artie, if I leave my stuff on the floor, I can turn on Randy. Presto, all picked up. My mom is happy. Bravo, said Dr. Dinglebat. You are a first-rate inventor. Thanks, said Artie. Randy still has a few bugs in him. I can fix that, said Amelia Bedelia. Oh my goodness, what do you think she's going to do? She's going to fix the bugs in Randy. Shoo, said Amelia Bedelia. I am warning you, bugs. Get out of Randy right now. Be careful, joked Dr. Dinglebat. That contraption might replace you. Imagine an army of housekeeping robots. That is scary, said Amelia Bedelia. Yoo-hoo, Miss Edwards called out. Amelia Bedelia jumped. Hey, said Amelia Bedelia, don't scare me like that. Well, well, said Miss Edwards. I was worried that you two might not be getting along. We get along fine, said Dr. Dinglebat. So I see, said Miss Edwards. Are they being silly? Look, she didn't understand what the bugs were. She thought they were real bugs. She is so silly. Look at the time, said Amelia Bedelia. We don't want to miss the volcano. I'm afraid I will, said Miss Edwards. Emily and her telescope still need help. See you later, said Dr. Dinglebat. Miss Edwards just walked away. I think she is mad, said Dr. Dinglebat. I don't blame her, said Amelia Bedelia. I would hate to miss an erupting volcano too. I'll meet you there, said Dr. Dinglebat. I need to look at some other projects. Hi, Jason, said Amelia Bedelia. When does your volcano erupt? Never, said Jason. I have run out of baking soda. That is so sad because that would have been really cool to see that erupting volcano. But you know what? I can tell she's thinking about something. What do you think it is? Amelia Bedelia reached into her purse. You are in luck, said Amelia Bedelia. I did a lot of baking. I bought an extra box at the store. Oh, thank you, said Jason. One day I will win the Nobel Prize. Why Nobel? Said Amelia Bedelia. Do they give buzzers instead? No, said Jason. The Nobel Prize is the most important award in science. I hope you win it, said Amelia Bedelia. Show me how your volcano works. Step 1, said Jason, add a little bit of baking soda. Step 2, add some vinegar. Uh-oh, I ran out of that too. I can't help you, said Amelia Bedelia. Maybe the cafeteria can spare some vinegar. Good idea, said Jason. I'll be right back. That was nice of her. She just was carrying around a box of baking soda. This volcano is amazing, said Amelia Bedelia to herself. Jason worked so hard on his project. I hope Dr. Dinglebat is impressed too. Amelia Bedelia had an idea. She poured the rest of the baking soda into the volcano. Saved again, said Jason. A nice cafeteria lady loaned me some vinegar. Just then, Dr. Dinglebat arrived. Looks like I am just in time, he said. You sure are, said Jason. Would you pour in the vinegar? Sure, said Dr. Dinglebat. It would be an honor. Look at that big jug of vinegar. Do you know what happens when you pour vinegar over baking soda? Can you guess by what we're reading about? This could be a fun project for you and your parents to try, and you don't even have to make a volcano. You could just put it in a glass. The lava began to bubble. Jason put on the top. Watch this, he said. The volcano rumbled loudly. Is that normal? Said Wendy. The volcano rocked and rolled. Is something wrong? Said Artie. Said Amelia Bedelia. Maybe I should not have dumped in the whole box of baking soda. A whole box? Said Dr. Dinglebat. Run! Yelled Jason. It's about to... Boom! Look at that. Everything's flying all over. Gangway, said Amelia Bedelia. This blower will blow it away. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. That is crazy. Whirr went the blower. Whoosh went Dr. Dinglebat's hair. Miss Edwards heard the commotion from across the gym. She looked through the telescope. Gracious, said Miss Edwards. Now that is a UFO. I had better get over there. My hair, said Dr. Dinglebat. The children pointed and laughed. Amelia Bedelia turned off the blower. The hairpiece fell back to earth. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It just blew his hair right off his head. That is silly. That's got to be embarrassing. Eek, screamed a girl. A rat is attacking the mouse. Dr. Dinglebat scooped up his hair. Excuse me, young lady, he said. The rat is going back to my lab. Amelia Bedelia was just as upset. It's all my fault, she said. I was trying to help Jason win the Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize, said Dr. Dinglebat. This deserves the Dumbbell Prize. Dr. Dinglebat stalked out of the gym. I guess he wasn't very happy about that. He was probably pretty embarrassed. But, you know, let's see how the story turns out. He is a mad scientist, said Jason. You mean he's crazy? Said Artie, like you see in horror movies. No, said Wendy, he is angry. He sure is, said Amelia Bedelia. When he found his hair, he forgot to say Eureka. What happened, said Miss Edwards. Amelia Bedelia explained everything. How embarrassing, said Miss Edwards. Dr. Dinglebat had a bad hair day. Worse than that, Amelia Bedelia said. He had a no hair day. Worst of all, said Miss Edwards, our science fair has no winner. Uh-oh, that's not good. All those kids worked so hard and no one won. I feel terrible, said Amelia Bedelia. I ruined Jason's project. I embarrassed Dr. Dinglebat. I don't feel like a rocket scientist. I am going back to housekeeping. Amelia Bedelia picked up a broom. Everyone helped clean up the mess. Even Randy the robot was lending a claw. Amelia Bedelia, said Miss Edwards, do not be so hard on yourself. Many scientific breakthroughs are made by accidents and mistakes. I should get 2 Nobel Prizes. One for blowing the volcano's top and one for blowing Dr. Dinglebat's top. I agree. She did a pretty good job of disrupting everything. They had just finished cleaning up when the gym door flew open. Eureka! Shouted Dr. Dinglebat. I found it! I found it! I take it back, said Amelia Bedelia. He is happy he found his hair. Are you still a mad scientist? Asked Artie. Mad? Said Dr. Dinglebat. I am not a madman. I am a happy man. That's a switch, said Miss Edwards. Precisely, said Dr. Dinglebat. Back at my lab, I was inspired to improve my latest invention. I switched a switch, added a little surprise, and here it is. What do you think he did? What's he have in his hand? He has his hair, and he has something else that also looks like it has hair. What do you think it could be? I have no idea. We've got one of those, said Jason. It's a TV remote control. That's right, said Dr. Dinglebat. But this remote control can never get lost. My dad needs one of those, said Artie. Everyone does, said Wendy. How does it work? Clap your hands, said Dr. Dinglebat. Look familiar, said Dr. Dinglebat. I call it my tip-top remote. It blows its top before you blow yours. I am giving half of the credit to a rocket scientist named Amelia Bedelia. How cool is that? That is terrific, said Miss Edwards. Thank you for coming back to show us. Actually, said Dr. Dinglebat, I came back to apologize. I am sorry I lost my temper. No harm done, said Amelia Bedelia. I am glad, said Dr. Dinglebat. In fact, I will recommend that my university sponsor your fair from now on. Hooray! Shouted the children. Wonderful, said Miss Edwards. They were still clapping and cheering when Mr. Rogers walked in. I wonder what he wants. Thank you, said Mr. Rogers. It's nice to feel appreciated. Look at that. He's got something in his hand. Do you think that is something that is the thing that she forgot earlier, maybe? I wonder what's in the box. Stop dreaming, said Amelia Bedelia. We are not clapping for you. Well, you should, said Mr. Rogers. I brought in your science project. My what, said Amelia Bedelia? Don't be modest, said Miss Edwards. Aha, said Dr. Dinglebat. You really are a rocket scientist. No, said Mr. Rogers. I was wrong. Amelia Bedelia is actually a chemist. I am, said Amelia Bedelia. You bet, said Mr. Rogers. Oops, show you the page. I get caught up in the story and forget to show you the pictures. I wonder what it is. So not a rocket scientist, but a chemist. This should be exciting. Here is her secret formula. Combine citric acid, H2O, cornstarch, sucrose, and a pinch of sodium chloride. Pour it into a pan lined with ground wheat. Cover with protein. Heat to 350 degrees. When the top turns brown, it's done. That is incredible, said Miss Edwards. Sounds edible, said Dr. Dinglebat. I sure hope so, said Amelia Bedelia. It is my recipe for lemon meringue pie. I made pies for my fellow scientists, and here they are, said Mr. Rogers. You left these pies behind this morning. How fun! You just never think about someone who cooks as being a chemist, but you know, they're making all those things and using all those ingredients, right? Look at the pie. Looks yummy, huh? Lemon meringue. Yummy. I love lemon. Lemon anything. Amelia Bedelia, said Dr. Dinglebat, you are an amazing cook. Amazing what, said Amelia Bedelia. I mean, said Dr. Dinglebat, you are an amazing chemist. I have just one word for your pie. Delicious, said Mr. Rogers. Yummy, said Miss Edwards. More, said Amelia Bedelia. Looks like they pretty much cleaned that out, huh? I wonder what the one word is. Dr. Dinglebat pointed at his pie and shouted, Eureka! There it is. How did you like the story? I thought that was a pretty good one. If you like Amelia Bedelia and you would like to see more books about her, leave a comment in the box below and I can read more of hers because they are really fun and really silly. So I hope you enjoyed the story, and that's it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified when I upload more stories, and give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.